The government, which has been elected by the native population ostensibly, has made these loans available. I get criticizing the immigrant populations from taking advantage of it.
Sure.
But like, at what point do you hold the incumbent, the native population, responsible for not taking advantage of it as well?
And also just the fact of the institutionalized precedence of preferencing certain populations.
It shows a cultural difference.
Yeah.
And we commiserated about a term that I'd have to see if I can find it on Instagram. Let me see if I can. It'll be hard for me to see if I can find it. I sent it to you. It will be hard for me to find, but it was basically Jugaad.
Jugaad, yes.
Okay.
So
this is a term,
Jugaad.
It's an Indian term meaning clever. And there was a post that I shared with you. It'll be hard for me to find. I didn't have it pulled up. But the Jugaad is a cultural term in India meaning clever, and it's revered as, I mean, like, like if in America, like you're clever, like that's a good thing. But what it translates to essentially is being able to game the system, being able to take advantage of the rules, which, I mean, at a human level, I understand, like, you want to get yours, you want to win. And if it's like, I'm a professional salesperson, right? We have rules of engagement, we have compensation guidelines, and so you understand your comp plan, how to make the most money, and then you behave accordingly. So that's a natural reaction to the environment. The stimuli you've been given is like, you want to make the most money, that's your goal, here are the rules, this is how you make the most money, so there you behave accordingly. Likewise, Jugaad, I get it, like, but if that involves scamming and being dishonest and lying, well, that's not so good. Like, that's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. So,
it's interesting. It kind of mirrors some of the stuff in the Talmud too, right? About how a Jew can lie to a non-Jew, and if
rules of deception, not engagement, but deception,
right?
Rules of deception
what's
permissible and what's not in terms of trickery.
And that's the Mossad motto, right? We wage war through deception. By deception, we'll wage war. So it seems to be that's kind of what all these other populations have picked up on.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, yeah, let's just pile on to people who want to think better than what we're able to do. If people are giving us the benefit of the doubt and they think that they have all this, racial guilt complex, and they're just giving away money to us, well, then absolutely, we're going to pile on to that. And we're going to say, yeah, you owe us $100 trillion in reparations because of our melanin count.
Right.
There's no bottom to it, in other words. And that's why you shouldn't. I mean, we've basically made this case that, okay, during COVID they print all this money. Why are we still paying taxes? If they can fund all government operations through stimulus and printing,
and the 14 magical government money computers,
and the alphabet soup, infinite black hole budget agencies that can't account for any of their funds given to them because it's a private ledger. What is this? This is just a neo-feudal plantation. we're tax slaves on the welfare plantation, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's part of this Yuri Bezmenov, demoralization, destabilization, crisis, normalization. That we're now in the crisis mode of this particular sliver of the fraud, right? And so over the next 6 weeks, there might be grand gestures of accountability and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think really much is probably going to happen, ultimately, unfortunately. I think you might have trimming of the tall grass, right? You might have a few people that get held accountable for, fractions of what the implied grift is.
Well, it really is incumbent on the citizen population to see what will happen, because with these Somali, Minnesota revelations, I think people are becoming more attuned to their environment. I mean, I'm speaking personally. I have, since these revelations have come out and gone viral, I've started to notice,
pattern and practice.
Yeah, various childcare centers, and I'm not going to be laser focused. Like, if you've followed the show, like, we're not laser focused on any one thing. We're more broad based, spotlight on many things,
macro current events.
Yeah. Macro and micro,
and
micro. We try to zoom it in because
we do some zoom in.
My first reaction to the Minnesota revelations is like, this is not limited to Minnesota at all.
This is par for the course across the entire Western sphere.
I essentially immediately started to notice childcare centers around me, completely surrounding me, that have always been, if I really recollect, look like sad places.
At least.
They look like sad places. And then when I really think about it, I can't think about when I've seen kids playing on these playgrounds either.
Right.
And I'm not going to allege that any one of whatever I would disclose is like completely fraudulent without further investigation. But
However,
I did some light Googling on just a couple places like right near me.
Well, within 10 miles.
And
yeah.
I found very weird things, like they don't have websites. They don't have any Google reviews. If they do have Google reviews, they're very suspect.
There's no open enrollment periods.
There's no open enrollment periods. I've driven by these places. I haven't seen kids there, and I drive by them frequently. Never recollect seeing kids there.
Yeah.
Some of the places lack windows. And then I can find on third-party websites allegations of abuse.
Right, and code failures.
And multiple violations, to Nick Shirley's point. So it's that is literally just tip of the iceberg, and I think people on the right and the left are reckoning with that as we head into the new year. And I think if they continue down the rabbit hole, they're going to find like the fraud, like we've talked about, is completely incalculable. This healthcare
beyond
daycare thing is like peanuts. Like, look at the fucking moon landing. Look at
the Ukraine war.
Look at NASA. Look at the Ukraine war. Look at Obamacare. Look at the National Defense Authorization. All the defense contracts that go out, and the
war on terror.
It's unbelievable.